Hi friends, this is Misty. Decided that it is about time to get on YouTube, so here we go with our first video. I did a live video the other night on Instagram. It's long gone by now probably, but I thought that it would be time for us to actually save these on YouTube where you guys can come back and watch them over and over again. So today I'm going to be starting some herbal infusions and figured I would take you through the process with me. So let's get into it. Okay, so getting into it, let's go over our basic materials first. I use quart canning jars for keeping my infusions in. You need your dried herbals. Now this is a dried herbal infusion method. There is a method of using this to use fresh herbals. I don't do it that way. I'm not even sure how that happens. But I could read up on it and find out if I needed to. Anyway, so we've got dried herbals, and I use coconut oil. Now you need, any carrier oil will work. You can use olive oil, you can use sunflower, almond, grapeseed oil, coconut oil. One thing, with olive oil and with coconut oil, you have a longer shelf life. You don't need to add vitamin E to it. It's already naturally in the product. With sunflower and almond and grapeseed oils, you do need to add vitamin E into the carrier oil itself in order to extend your shelf life. I don't mess with that. I just buy coconut oil by the gallons, and I'm good to go. So we've got that, and of course we've got our lids and our rings, okay? So let's get started. We're going to start first with calendula. Anybody that has followed me on Instagram, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm not sure how you quite got here because I'm brand new, but if you do follow me on Instagram, I am at the Pioneer Princess. Anyone that's followed me on there followed this past summer and saw all of my love for calendula. I have grown this for 3 summers going now. I'm really looking forward to next year and growing even more of this. This is some amazing stuff. It's antibacterial, it's anti-inflammatory, it helps with blood clotting, so for your wounds it will stop the bleeding for you. Anything and everything in our household for years now has gotten calendula on it. It's the main ingredient in my calendula rose blend on my boreal balms. So we're going to start with this guy. So obviously it doesn't come looking this way. I grow it, I dry it, there's a drying rack back behind me, you probably can't see it too awful well. I dry it on there, and then after it's good and solid crunchy dry, I know it's good and dry, I'll fill my jar up as a test to about right here. Then I know that's how much herbals I want in my jar. I'll take it over and I'll pack it and seal it in a vacuum sealer. That way when I'm ready to make more infusions, I go over to my collection, I grab out a bag, I dump it in here, I pour in my coconut oil, I'm good to go. You guys probably aren't going to be making it on as massive of a scale as I am, so you probably won't be packaging like this. You can buy calendula dried blooms from various sources, so you can also look at that if you don't grow your own calendula. Anyway, so how do we measure? I got a lot of questions about that last night. How do you know what's your ratio, coconut oil to herbals and all that stuff? I personally don't have a formula. I don't have a like 50-50 or 75-25. What I do, and I'm going to open up this packet, and I'm going to try and fluff these guys up to show you, because they've been vacuum sealed, so they're kind of squished through, okay? But we're going to pull them out. We're going to fluff them up as we stick them in the jar. My overall goal whenever I'm putting them in a jar to measure how much I need is I'm going to aim for it being about this full, if not up to the bottom of the ring here, okay? I'll show you that a little bit closer because on my screen it doesn't look. So I'll go to about right here, sometimes up to here. I do not jam pack these in. I just lightly toss them in overall. You can put more. I mean, if you put more, that's okay. If you do jam pack it, that's okay. You're just going to get a higher concentration infusion, which in all honesty, if you've got good, healthy, organic plants, you're almost kind of wasting your plant material. So I kind of go a little bit more conservative whenever I'm measuring this stuff out, because my growing season, all of my herbals that I use for my balms and for my medicinals at our home come off of our property. They're either wild harvested from our property or they come from my organic garden. My growing season up here in Alaska is very, very, very short. I'll have plants in the ground by about Memorial Day, and usually by the first week of September I've got frost threatening and things have died back. So I've got a good 3.5, on very rare occasion, depending on the plant, 4 months worth of growing. So I try and be very cautious with how much of this stuff I use. I don't want to waste it. And if you have a stronger concentration, you're not going to actually waste it, I guess. But you don't necessarily need it for that either. So, here we go. This is a little bit compacted from the vacuum sealing. But you see, my aim before I vacuum sealed this was up to here and up to here, okay? So now we've got it fluffed up in the jar again. It's ready to go. The only other step to do is pour this guy in. I'm going to fill it up, and it looks like I might only have enough coconut oil to do just this today, so we might not be starting fireweed today. So pour in your coconut oil, and we do. We've got just enough. It's a good thing the mail will be coming soon enough. So, you fill it in. You fill in your spaces. Your coconut oil will take in its space. You got your lid and your ring on it. Shake it up good. Now, shaking is something you're going to do once or twice a day for the next 2 to 4 weeks, okay? What we're going to do now is, I'll show you here in a second where I put mine to infuse for the next couple weeks. And now that it's sealed, you're going to put it in a warm sunny window or a warm spot in your kitchen, somewhere with a heat. You need heat in order to get the infusion to draw out the medicinal properties of the plant. So we're going to set this in a window. We're going to set this over by the stove, somewhere that's a nice warm spot for the next 2 to 4 weeks. Personally, this time of year, it's negative degrees outside at my house. My wood stove is constantly turned up and always hot. So I'm going to put this on my warming rack, and in 2 weeks, this guy's going to be done. Now, in the summertime, I'm not using that wood beast over there as much, so it's going to be more like 3 to 4 weeks depending on the heat. I've kind of gotten to where I can judge based on the coloring of the oils itself, especially with calendula and with my fireweed. My oil's going to turn orange, or my oil's going to turn green. So I can kind of get an idea how dark is it, how concentrated is it, as to whether or not it's ready to go. So this is it, and we're good. We're going to stick this up on the warming rack, and it's going to live there for the next 2 years, or not 2 years, I am so sorry, next 2 weeks, next 4 weeks if it's not so hot in the house. And then I'll strain it out. So here in about 2 weeks, come back, we'll go over how to strain these things and what we do with them after that. So that's it. I'm going to show you the warming rack real quick, and we'll move on with it. Okay, so here we go. We've got our infusion. We've got my nice little wood stove back there. This warming rack up here. Things aren't going to get super hot, but they are going to stay warm. The radiant heat from this firebox right here is going to stay right here, okay? Now, if you use coconut oil, there is potential that if the situation becomes cold, this is going to solidify. I've had people ask. It's not a huge deal. Okay, so that guy's up there. It's going to do its job for the next couple weeks. Here in 2 weeks, we're going to strain it out. We'll put it underneath. The big thing for storing it now is that you're going to keep it out of direct sunlight and out and away from major heat. So if you did use coconut oil, you are going to end up seeing it in a solid form when you pour it out of your storage space. That's okay. Like I said, we'll heat it up and we'll move on with what we're going to do next. So that's it from me right now, guys. Thanks for joining me on my first little video here. I'll be trying to put up more as we do more things out here on our homestead and with my herbals, and maybe a basket video or something. Please make sure to like, share the video if you like the content. Leave me a comment in the section below. Let me know if there's something that you would like to know that I didn't go over. If you have any questions for me, what kind of topics would you like to see from me? When you guys are done watching this video, sending some comments, feel free to hop on over to Instagram, find me. I am at the Pioneer Princess, and I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, friends.